Hey guys, what's cracking? Chris here from Crisis Point, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'll be giving you my impressions of the Realme C65, which is the latest entry-level smartphone from Realme in the Philippines that packs a ton of features for the money. And with that said, let's do this. Alright, so this is the Realme C65. Now, if you're new to the channel, I've done quite a few Realme C devices over the past few years, and I've been a fan of how progressive Realme has been in releasing these new entry-level smartphones in the Philippines. In contrast to flagship smartphones, entry-level phones are interesting mainly because it is quite exciting to see what flagship feature will trickle down to the entry-level market. Around back, we have some key components of the Realme C65, and we're going to start this off with the unboxing. First, we have the welcome packet that contains the SIM ejector pin, the user guide manuals, and a complimentary jelly case. The device itself, a Type-C to Type-A charging cable, and a 45-watt charging brick. Now, this is actually interesting because most often than not, the base Android charging brick usually is 33 watts, but for an entry-level smartphone to come with a 45-watt fast charger, that would be a very welcome feature for any consumer that is tight on a budget but likes something that charges fast. So here we have the device itself. This is what they call the Purple Nebula. This weighs about 185 grams, which is relatively light for a smartphone this size. And despite having a 6.67-inch display, Realme has managed to pack in a 90Hz refresh rate, IP54 dust and splash resistance, and a very comfortable footnote for you to hold for the extended period of time. Towards the right, we have the sleep wake key flanked with the volume rockers. Towards the bottom, we have the headphone jack, primary microphone, Type-C port for charging and data transfer, and the secondary speaker grill. Towards the right, we have a SIM card tray that houses 2 nano SIM cards and a dedicated micro SD card slot for storage expansion. And around back, we have a 50 megapixel AI camera configuration that supports a 1080p at 30 FPS video recording functionality. So as far as the display is concerned, this is rocking a 6.67-inch IPS LCD panel. As mentioned, it has 90Hz refresh rate that can go up to 500 nits peak brightness that comes with a 720p resolution. Now, to some people that might not be the highest possible resolution, but considering the price point of what you're paying for, even with that resolution grade, it doesn't actually feel like it's a 720p panel. As a matter of fact, it feels more closer to 1080p HD. You do have the option to switch the high refresh rate modes from auto select, standard, or high, and it is nice to see this type of feature trickling down to entry-level smartphones, because as opposed to a few years back, the only way for you to get a smartphone that came with a high refresh rate is for you to pay a flagship price. This also comes with Realme UI 5.0, which is their own iteration of Android 14 out of the box. And as far as storage is concerned, globally there are 3 different storage configurations, but in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken, there are 2. This one right here is the 256GB model that comes with 8GB of RAM, which is also expandable via virtual RAM, should you need it. Now, personally, I don't really use the RAM expansion feature. It is nice to have, yes, but in a general sense, I personally believe 8GB of RAM is good enough for day-to-day tasks and multitasking. You do have the option to change it and upgrade it to 4, 6, or 8 should you need to, but me personally, I don't have to, because the performance on the Realme C65 is very much okay for day-to-day task and delivery. Now, much like any other Realme device that was released in the Philippines, most often than not, it comes with a phone manager application. Now, this application is basically an app that is designed to optimize the overall performance of whichever device you're using, in this case the Realme C65. Inside the application, it also comes with a dynamic computing engine. Basically, this feature optimizes the overall performance of every application that you have running in the background. So this also helps the processor and the RAM inside the device to perform a lot more smoother and a lot more fluid. Of course, if you're going to activate this feature and you try to run benchmarks, it's not really going to make that much of a deal, but for day-to-day tasks, the moment you experience certain lag times or latencies with the device, by having to activate this particular application on your phone can easily enhance the overall performance at that point in time. Now, I did not go into detail too much in terms of the overall performance when it comes to gaming or when it comes to multitasking and all that stuff. But just to give you an idea, I did manage to take a few photos and videos using the Realme C65. Just by looking at the photos, I can honestly say that this device, despite being an entry-level smartphone, can really do justice at least in my honest opinion. If I were to look at this from a consumer standpoint, the images being produced by the Realme C65 is actually considered as above average. The 50 megapixel AI camera does well in terms of well-lit conditions. Even in darker scenes, it still is capable of producing good imagery. I wouldn't say that this will be good enough to be blown up on a billboard, but in terms of just keeping those precious moments when it happens, or in terms of having to share this on social media, the Realme C65 can do justice in terms of its photography capabilities. Now, as mentioned, this is not the full review. I'm still working on that, which I'll be posting on my website pretty soon. But for now, for those of you who are in the market of getting a new smartphone, specifically with Realme, and you're a little tight on the budget, but you don't want to skimp out too much on the features, then I'll drop the links in the description on where you can get this for the best value price, as well as I'll be dropping in the link of the Realme website should you want more information with the Realme C65. And as always, if you have any questions or inquiries, drop them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Consider subscribing to the channel for more tech reviews and unboxing videos. Thanks again for watching. This is Chris once again from Crisis Point, and I'll catch you on the next.